I think I'm live. That was quite a little struggle. If anyone happens to be tuning in, drop me a comment or an emoji. I'm not seeing anybody, but I think I am successfully live. So I'm just gonna hang on 1 second, and if not, I'm sure that the recording will be caught by some people. All right. It looks like there's one person watching, which makes me feel even better that we're live. So I am Allison from Absolute Pilates. I'm coming to you live from our Canthil studio. I am super excited to do some Thinker Than Pilates with you. Um, and if you've never done Thinker Than Pilates, this is safe for people going through treatment and people that are after treatment. Um, any sort of situation like that, it is nice when I sort of know you and I'm able to give you some specific modifications or things like that. We used to offer this class live in the studio. Someday in the future, it'll be back, and then I'll get to see you, and I'll be able to offer corrections and modifications for you. We're going to move for a few minutes, and hopefully, some people tune in and join us. Um, and I am right on a main road, so excuse my sirens if you were able to hear those. All right, here we go. So we're going to work on some upper body um, mobility. First things first. So grab the hold behind those thighs. Find yourself sitting up nice and tall, thinking about stacking your spine, and then rounding through your back, rolling back, scooping that in, just keeping a light stretch on those thighs, and then roll up, lifting tall, finding your best posture. Exhale, sliding your tail away. So, one of the nice things about Pilates is there is a large focus on connecting your breath to movement. So, as we do that, you're feeling your breath and your movement come together, inhaling backwards, exhaling back up, inhaling back, exhaling back up. One more of those, sliding that tail away and then lifting back up. Let's reach those hands out in front of you. Just turn on a little bit of abdominals, inhaling to roll back, exhaling to lift back up. Inhaling, sliding that tail away, drawing your low back towards the mat, and lifting yourself back up. One more of those. Inhaling that, exhaling back up. And then I just need to adjust where I am on my table because there's a little seam. And then as slow and controlled as you can, we're going to come down on the mat. We'll work a little arm work and then we're going to return back to our lower body. So we're here. Let's inhale and reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, take those shoulder blades down and anchor them into the mat. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, take them down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, take them down, anchoring your shoulders here. And then let's take one arm high and one arm low, and then switch them and switch. Reaching through those fingertips. Finding your range of motion. So my arms come down to the table, and that might not be doable for you, but just wherever your arms go. And then as they do would move through this range of motion, take a second to check in with your ribs. So as you come back, are they lifting to the sky? Maybe you're going just a little bit too far. So let's stop a little bit shy of that, taking those arms up and back, trying not to have your rib cage get involved in this. One more of those. And then bring that back. Let's leave that one hand down and then the other hand down at your side. And let's just do a little sliding of your shoulders here. So take them all the way up to your ears and then exhale them down, finding as much length as you can. Inhaling them up, exhaling them down, inhaling up, exhaling down. One more of those, inhaling those shoulders up to your ears, exhaling them down. And then finding yourself paused here. Let's go to a few pelvic tilts. So let's slide that tail away. Feel your low back drop into the mat and then release that out, finding a big arch of your back and then slide that tail away. Feel your low back drop into the mat and then inhale, release that out. Big arch of your back, getting as much space so you can almost see there's kind of light between knee and the table and then slide that away. And then let's do that again. Wrap, big arch of your back. Exhale, slide that tail away. One more of those, big arch of your back. And then exhale, slide that tail away. Speaking of sliding, let's go to some leg slides. You're going to slide one leg out and then exhale, pull that back to you. Inhale out long. Exhale back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Inhale out. Exhale back. One more of those. Inhale out. Exhale back. And the other one. And then come back, leaving those feet there. Let's float those arms back up and let's find a little bit more movement through those arms. So let's take your arms down to your side and then reach them straight back up to the sky. Inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up. Finding that goal post arms and leaving your arms here. Same thing as before. If this feels like too much range of motion for you, just stay within your realm. Inhaling those arms back so that you're a full goal post, and then exhaling those hands down towards my hips. I don't have as much internal rotation as I've got external rotation, but just sort of honoring where your body is here. Taking those arms down and then back. All of these movements that we've done so far today feel even better if you happen to be up on one of those foam rollers that are just, up and off to my left over there. They just add a nice little extra stretch through your upper body, down and then back. One more of those. And then bring that back here. Let's take those arms straight up to the sky. One more thing here for now. Let's just make a few little circles, just loosening up through there. And then take your circles the other way. And then let's start by lowering those hands down to your side as we add in some lower body. So let's float one leg up to a tabletop position and then pop your other leg up to a tabletop position. And then inhale one toe down, exhale back up. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up. One more of those, and then let's add on to this. If you like, you can stick with that. Otherwise, let's try right toe down, left arm back, left toe down, right arm back. Keeping that pattern going, testing where your brain's at this lovely, fun Wednesday afternoon when it's such a lovely day outside. One more of those to each side. And then if you want a little extra abdominal stability, you can leave your legs where they are. Otherwise, you can let them rest down. And let's go to some big arm circles. So those arms that are come up to the sky, circle around, down, and come up, and then up, around, down, and up. And then when we get up to the top, let's go the other way. And then give those knees a squeeze into you. Circle them around in one direction. And then take them the other way. And then let your feet rest down on here. Let's go to a little bridging work. So if you curl your head up, your hips, knees, and ankles are lined up, and your hands are resting down at your side. And then let's start with one or two pelvic tilts. And then from there, let's slide your tail away, roll your hips up into the air, squeeze through those glutes, and then roll down through your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, and onto your tail. And then roll back up, squeezing through those glutes, and then roll back and down, roll back up, and then roll back and down. One more of those, roll up and roll back and down. And then let your legs just kind of scissor. And then come back here to the middle. And then let's take one foot up and then your other foot up. And let's glue those feet and knees together. If you're on a table like me, you can hold on. If you've got something to hold on to, feel free. Otherwise, let's take those hands flat on there. I'm not going to hold on. So you're going to inhale over to one side with those knees. Exhale, pull your knees back up to center. Inhale over to the left. Exhale, pull that up to center. Inhale over to the right. Exhale up to center. Inhale over to the left. Exhale up to center. Inhale over. Exhale up. One more of those. Inhale over. Exhale up. And then pull those knees into you. Give them a little squeeze. Stir them around in one direction. And then take them the other way. Okay. Let's roll onto a side. If you're watching this at home and your arm bends enough to take it back underneath your head, feel free. If you're more comfortable with your head propped up, that's fine. Or if you want to just grab that pillow and put the pillow here, just kind of let that arm rest. You can also get a pillow much more underneath all of your torso, or even a wedge that you have so that you're not sidelined. And if you need to shift your weight back a little bit off your rib cage in your other body, that's also perfectly fine. I'm just gonna sort of support my head laying down. I need to make like a little space for my AirPods so that you can hear me. And then from your hip, your heels are gonna be lined up right behind that hip stacked. We're gonna open that top knee and bring it back close. Keeping those hips stacked, open and closed, open and closed, open and closed. Trying not to roll backwards, squeezing through those glutes and then lower down, open and closed. One more of those, open and closed. Float those feet up into the air. Let your top knee come open and bring that down, open and closed, open and closed, open, closed. Inhaling to open, exhaling back down. I'm going to add a little proprioceptive challenge. If this is feeling like too much, feel free to drop those feet down and continue. They are really focusing on squeezing through those glutes. If you've got a little bit of a, feel like I need a little more, you're going to go open, extend through that leg, bend that knee, and closed. Open, extend, bend, 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 and closed. Let that top leg rest down. All right, before we go on to the other side, let's get yourself up a little bit onto all fours here. Let's grab a little all fours work. So let's just start with a little stretch, dropping down through your lower back, finding that big arch, and then rounding up through your spine, and then lowering down for a little cat-cow stretch, sticking that tail out, lifting your, one more of those, and then bring that back to a flat back here. And you're going to float your right arm out in front of you. And once you get that right arm out, if you feel like you can extend your left leg out behind you and push the ground away with that left arm, and then let's lower down to tap them and lift up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. One more of those, down and up, and then take that down, float that left arm up, and you're going to lower it down and lift up, down, and lift up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. One more of those, down, and up. And then let's lower that down. Let's grab a little round and release. And then let's roll onto your other side to grab some clams here. So you're laying on a side, upper body's in a straight line as if there's a wall behind you. Um, your heels are lined up with your hips, and we're going to go to some clams, making sure you're not rolling backwards. So you're opening that knee and closing it, opening and closing, opening and closing. One more of those. And then take that down. Float your feet up into the air. Let your knee come open and that closed. If this feels like too much, you can lower it down. One more of those, and then we're going to go to that fun challenge. So you're going to go open, extend, in, and closed. Open, extend, in, and closed. Making sure you're not rolling backwards. Thinking about squeezing through those glutes. Open, extend, in, and closed. Here comes another burst of sirens. Hopefully you can't hear them. One more of those. And then take that down. Let those feet rest down there. Let that top leg come over for a little stretch. So bring yourself up to seated. Let your feet come out in front of you. Flex them back. Find yourself sitting tall. If you need to bend your knees to sit up tall, that's perfectly fine. You can also pop a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips to give you even more length to sit up nice and tall. We're going to work a little forward flexions. We're going to tuck your chin to your chest, reach the crown of your head out across the room, and then roll yourself back up, stacking nice and tall. And then tuck that chin to your chest, roll yourself out, reaching, and then roll back up tall. And then out you go, reaching, and then back up tall. One more of those. Out you go, reaching, and then back up tall. And then go to some twisting. Take one arm around, open behind you, and then bring that back. One more of those, and then bring that back. And then your other arm, and then that, and then let's let you roll back down. Let's go all the way back down, laying down on your mat. Just let yourself settle in here. Take inventory. We've been at this for about 20 some odd minutes here. Just take a scan of your body and see what you're feeling. So start at your head, and then down through your shoulders, your neck. Maybe they need a little shoulder circle backwards. I know arms and shoulders are always, a big area of concern. Into your torso, working your way down your spine, into your hips, into your knees. I feel like I need a little sway right and left through my lower body. I just got some kind of tension going in my low back. A few little slide the tail away, release that out. We're going to do some arm circles to end this, but let's just be here for a second. Float one leg into you, grab the hold of it. Leave your head and neck down if that feels like the right option for you. If you want more throughout this series, you can curl up. Keep the hold of that right leg. Reach your left leg long. It could be straight up to the sky or down much lower, whatever level feels good to you. And then let's switch then, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. And as you lengthen that leg, think about connecting with your side as you're extending and you're feeling those abdominals turn on. One more of those. And then pull both knees into you. Reach down towards your ankles. Same thing. Head and neck curl up is fair game. Arms come out, legs go out, and they circle around and back in. Inhaling out, and then exhaling to swim in. Reaching those legs out at a level that's comfortable but yet challenging for you so that they're coming a little bit lower. Inhaling out, exhaling back in. Two more of those. Inhaling out, exhaling back in, one more of those, and then coming back in. Let that rest down. Slide that left leg out long. Take that right leg up into the air. No Pilates class is complete without a little hamstring stretch. So let's pull that leg back to you. And switch that leg. Reach your other leg up. You can grab the hold behind your calf, your hamstring, whatever you can reach. I've kind of sunk into this nice little grabbing right at the top of my hamstring, but not pulling on the knee pose. That's just kind of doesn't put too much tension on my arms and shoulders, but it feels good and I can get a good stretch there. Let's pull that knee into you. Pull your other leg in. Yes, hold on to those. Make a few circles here, a few circles the other way. Let's take both legs straight up into the air. Grab the hold of one leg, let your other leg fall away from you, and then switch that scissor. Same thing goes. If you want that head and neck curl up, you can. It's perfectly fine to grab a little work with that down here. One more of those, and then let's go for the challenge. And if you've got a TheraBand at home, this is a good opportunity to loop that over your feet and hold on if you want a little bit of anchoring. But you're going to inhale towards the ground, exhale, pull those feet up to you, inhaling those toes down to the point where you feel like your low back's going to lift, but don't let it. And then exhale, pull them back up to you, inhaling down, exhaling back up, inhaling down, exhaling back up. Inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down, exhale back up. One more of those, and then come up. Hug your knees into you and give them a little squeeze. And then I want to roll onto a side. We're going to do some feel good arm circles. So I'm going to scoot way back precariously on my table here, close to this edge. Back to my side. So if you need to be laying on anything, feel free. I'm going to do some feel good arm circles to wrap up. So you just want a nice bent leg, stable position. Roll that top arm forward so that your head almost rolls onto that mat. Circle that arm around your head. Let it come open behind you. Take it down over your hips and circle that arm back around. And then around, big circle wherever your arm comfortably goes. These are sort of called feel good arm circles. So finding your range of motion. And when we get back hand to hand this time, we're going to change direction. So you're going to go down, around, open, circle, and back. Down, around, open, circle, and back. And then let's come up to seated. You can just like literally roll over that so I'm facing you. I'm gonna switch sides of the table here. Arms stacked, let that roll forward, circle that around. I always like to go over my head first. It's not a firm requirement, but it's how just always intuitively seems like the way that I want to go. Opening. One more circle in this direction. And then go the other way. One more circle. Bring that back. Let's push yourself up to seated. Let's grab a couple stretches here. So if you can bring the bottoms of your feet together, let's grab a little butterfly stretch. Find yourself level here. Just let those legs relax. Open. Find some good posture. Tilt yourself forward just a little bit out of your hips so you get that big stretch. Bring yourself up and then just walk towards the side. See how far you can comfortably go, looking over your back shoulder, and then walk that back. And then bring that back, put one arm down, take one arm over for a little side stretch. If that's an available range of motion for you, this stretch just feels so good at the side of this body. And then bring that back up, drop that arm down, tilt over to the other side. Bring yourself back up to seated. Your body will give it to you. Go crisscross applesauce. And even more than crisscross applesauce, if you can make that into a triangle, I'm gonna hold on in front of me, but you could, if you've got, ground out in front of you. I'm just up on a table, so I can't. You're gonna lean forward into that, grabbing a little stretch. And then taking note of what foot is on top. You can actually walk towards that foot a little bit more, and it gives you even more stretch. And then bring that back. Sit up nice and tall. Flip that leg that's on top. Find your desk posture. Lean forward to start here. And then go over to one side. And then bring that up. Grab a little shoulder circle. You made it. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. That was a quick little um, burst of Tinkers and Pilates. I saw people drop in and drop out. I hope some people catch the replay. If you are here or if you catch the replay and you want any information about Tinkers and Pilates classes, please feel free to tag me and I'll get you some information. We are going to run a series in the studio in October, in person and live stream, combo for safety. Thanks, everybody.